Hey, leaders. Let me take you back to a moment I'll absolutely never forget. It was the summer around maybe my third year as a principal. I made it through the first 2 years by literally grit and sheer willpower, but I wouldn't have called it thriving. I had spent most of my time responding, fixing, putting out fires, and I remember standing in my office staring at my calendar, knowing full well that in just a few short weeks the building would be full again, and I wasn't even close to ready. Teachers would return, families would start asking questions, students would flood the halls. So, as I'm doing this, it's close to the end of July. And so I know that you are feeling some of those things now as well. And the truth, I really, at that point, just didn't feel ready. Um, Not because I didn't care, but because I had never taken the time to step back and ask, what kind of year am I actually building? I knew I couldn't go another year just surviving. I wanted to lead on purpose. I wanted to walk into day one with clarity, energy, and vision, and I absolutely wanted my teachers to have it as well. And I didn't want to just be living for moment to moment. And that's exactly what I want for you right now. Because if you're going to lead this year, and I mean really lead, it starts before the first bell ever rings. So here's the first thing I want you to think about. Of course, you need some of the logistics of scheduling and all the things that we have prepared for you. However, you also have to think a little bit outside the box. What are your expectations? Not just vague ideas. Around the time of my second, third year, I was able to meet a leader that became my mentor. And one of the things that she said is, you have to be crystal clear on what your top 10 expectations are. So, what are the 10 things that matter most to you as a leader? And these can be legit, these can be things that you want your staff to work on. I mean, one of the things that I would always say was have high expectations for our students. Another thing would be every kid gets a fresh start every day. And then I always ended with something like, please don't ever judge what I'm thinking by the look on my face. And that one always got a laugh, but it connected me with my staff and let them know that, yes, things come a million miles a minute, but I'm human, and to give me a little grace. What do you expect to see in classrooms and hallways, and how staff connects with families, and how kids are spoken to? Write those down, name them your top 10, and put them in your welcome back slides. Make them real, and then go to work teaching them. Your job at the start of the year is to tell a story and then inspire people to believe in it. That's something that should really stick with you. You have to be authentically you, but you are a storyteller at the beginning. Your what if planning that you've done, you're speaking this in a way that people should believe it. You've got to paint the vision of what you want this year to feel like and what success looks like. And then you've got to fit your goals, your data, your strategies into that story. So, who are you? What do you want to accomplish this year? What's the story? What's the vision? Tell the story of what your school will look like at the end of the year, and then give them a roadmap on how you're going to do that. Don't lead with this spreadsheet of data. Instead, lead with the story. And your communication with staff or families wasn't strong last year, then say that. Own it and lead differently this year. What are your expectations for how your team connects with parents and with each other? Be real, be vulnerable, let people connect with your heart before they connect with your plan. I'm going to say that again. Let people connect with your heart before they connect with your plan. Now, let's talk about one of the most important things I'll say to you all year. You are a teacher first. And sometimes when we go into leadership, we forget this. But think about your team right now. You probably have a few new teachers, a couple veteran teachers, and some people just trying to figure it out, emergency license people that are coming from other walks of life. They don't need a PowerPoint. They need you to teach them. They need your leaders to teach them. Teach them how to build the cultures they dream about. Everybody has a vision of what their classroom is going to look like, but sometimes people don't think about the way to actually get kids to do it. If it's not you, and trust me, when I say you, it doesn't mean that all of these things are things that you lead. If you have coaches, if you have fantastic teachers, if you have an assistant principal, if you have other leaders in your building, show your other teachers what clear expectations sound like. Model how to hold a boundary with love and consistency. Walk with them. Be in classrooms. Support them with feedback that builds, not breaks. If you want a strong culture, you have to teach it. Culture is intentional. It is not something that just happens. It's planned for. If you want to get off to a good school year, spend time in your onboarding with your teachers, teaching them how to set expectations, how to teach routines, how to celebrate their students. Within the course, there's a lot of videos that you can use. There's a lot of cycles that you can use. But I'm telling you, good teaching is good teaching. So start with a model. Why are we doing this? 1 is the objective. 2 is the model. Give them a chance to work on it together, and then let them practice. It's uncomfortable at the start, but your teachers will be incredibly thankful for it. And then make sure they leave with something that's very well planned for the first 5 days of school. You are still the lead teacher in your building. Don't ever forget that. And finally, let's talk about what sneaks up on every single one of us. Don't get in the habit of drowning. If you're not intentional now, survival mode will creep up. You'll start skipping walkthroughs, canceling coaching, spending all day in your inbox, and wondering why you're so exhausted before October even hits. You cannot build a strong year from the middle of a storm. So, build your rhythm now, decide what matters, and protect your time for it. For me, it looked a lot like this: blocking off time for visibility, walkthroughs, instructional time, getting into classrooms just to be with kids, hallway energy, cafeteria, time to think and plan and connect, time to meet with teachers and participate in the learning, time to celebrate. Priorities on your schedule. Make sure that they're there. And then you have to stick to it. Not because you have it all figured out, but because you have to refuse to live in that reaction mode. You weren't hired to respond. You were hired to lead. So, here's your challenge for this week. Set your top 10 expectations. Lead with clarity. Let people know what matters to you and why. Teach your team. Be in classrooms. Be present when the school year starts. Model the culture you're trying to build. Build that leadership rhythm now in your head. Block off your time, protect your priorities, and lead from ahead, not from the middle of a mess. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to lead on purpose. And this year, if you do that, everything changes. I'm so excited for your next couple of weeks. You should be thinking about collecting feedback. You can use the surveys on the site, kicking off a best possible back to school night, and welcoming your teachers back into the building. It's going to be the best year yet, and I'm so excited for you. Your year is going to be all about building capacity in others instead of fixing it all by yourself. And we're right here with you through it. As always, if you need us, or need something, send us an email. We have a bank of leaders with great resources. If we don't have it, we will find it. So be on the lookout for another video drop around August 1st. Focus on reminders for the first 10 days of school. We'll see you soon.